I know it's going to take time to implement our entire economic agenda, which we already passed. But I think folks are going to see it in the next few months. Watch what happens when people see new roads, bridges being built in their towns. They start to see the investments being made in electric rail all across America, where it's going to take significant number of vehicles off the road, reducing pollution.
That was President Biden touting his economic agenda yesterday. He claims it will take some time for Americans to benefit from it, but it will result in fewer people driving cars instead of taking public transportation. Joining me right now is Florida Congressman and member of the House Budget Committee, Byron Donalds. Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. What do you make of what you just heard from Joe Biden?
I think it's pure insanity. It doesn't make any sense. The reason why they aren't going to have majorities in the House, specifically, we'll see what happens in the Senate, is because of his economic agenda. But this is what happens, unfortunately, when some of these races don't work out the way they're supposed to. He's going to double down and think this stuff is going to be okay. It's simply not. Getting rid of the internal combustion engine, which so many Americans rely on, having to deal with China for solar panels and batteries, that's just purely insane economics and global policy. I don't know what the president is doing, but guess what? Nobody does. Well,
you know what? I mean, this agenda sends all the production to China. So who's making all the batteries for all his green agenda? It's China. So, there's that. Look, I want to congratulate you and your colleagues in Florida. You were the star of the midterm elections. We know that. But I want to get your take on what happened in Washington and what happened in the GOP this week. I know we're still waiting on answers, but, Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri says Washington Republicans lost big Tuesday night in the midterm elections because of the party's agenda set forth by leadership consistently caving to the Democrats. Congressman, a lot of your colleagues, we have to ask them what they were thinking over this last 6 months of Joe Biden borrowing $5 trillion and the Democrats spending $10 trillion, and your colleagues went along with it. Some of them voted for the CHIPS Act. Some of them voted for the infrastructure. Some of them voted with the Democrats. Did they cave and blow it for the GOP?
I think in part, yes. Listen, going on with this reckless spending, which was not needed, and let me stress again, it was not needed, was hurtful to the economy. They're running around talking about infrastructure. The reality is spending that amount of money in an inflationary cycle is only going to make building products and building materials more expensive for every other American. In Southwest Florida, we're trying to rebuild from Hurricane Ian. You know the impacts of increased concrete and increased plywood on an area trying to rebuild because of this crazy infrastructure plan, which was not needed. Couple that with the fact with the other things that have been supported. I agree with Josh Hawley. In Washington, D.C., we got to get serious. We got to get real. We cannot just cut deals with the Dems to save face and to show that we're governing or doing something when the governing is actually hurting the American people.
Yeah, and by the way, the last time I checked that infrastructure package, there wasn't any money for any rails. There wasn't any money for the actual trains. It was money indirect on infrastructure. So how much money is actually going to what Joe Biden just told us? Or was that another mistruth?
Oh, no, it's a sleight of hand. It's not totally real. The rail they might be talking about is Amtrak. Amtrak's going to get more money out of that thing. But guess what? We've been giving money after money after money to Amtrak for decades now. It's not about that. If you're going to do real infrastructure, you could have focused on our ports and our airports. You could have focused on roads and bridges. But the rest of that stuff was Democrat wish list policy that was not needed.
That's what I thought. I mean, I remember zeroing in on that infrastructure plan and being struck by the fact that there wasn't any money for bridges. So what are we talking about here? Amtrak is one idea, but, beyond that, it wasn't really an infrastructure plan. But look, Congressman, I want to ask you about what happens now. Republicans need at least 7 seats for the majority control of the House. I know you have announced a bid to become the House GOP conference chairman. Tell us about what you would like to do, and do you support Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker?
Well, first of all, I think Kevin's going to be the leader in the Republican conference. I think he's going to be Speaker of the House. My plan as being conference chair is really simple. Number one, Republicans have to do a better job of getting our message to all parts of the electorate. We're already seeing in some of the fallout from Tuesday's election that there are young voters who went heavily Democrat. They're not listening to Republicans because they're not watching 30-second ads that the consultants throw out. They're on social media. They're on TikTok. They're on YouTube. We have to get into that space. Number two, every member of the conference has to be engaged in messaging. Look, Marie, I love doing your show. It's awesome. And people love when I come on, but everybody's got to be engaged in this. It's responding to the silly media narratives that come from the left, not just on MSNBC and those crazy networks, but also on HBO, on Comedy Central, etc. And number three, everybody's got to have a hand in how the conference is going to be managed going forward. Republicans who just got elected, people who got elected last cycle like me, members who've been around a long time, we've been talking to the electorate for years. That knowledge has to be implemented here in Washington, D.C. It's got to be an all-hands-on-deck approach from Republicans. That's my goal.
Well, you make a great point, Congressman. And by the way, Joe Biden's trick to forget everybody's debt worked. It did bring young people out. They think they're going to get all their college loans forgiven. And, of course, today, right on track, we get the Texas judge striking it down, saying that it's unconstitutional. Even Nancy Pelosi said you can't go around Congress and say you're going to forgive everybody's debt to the tune of $1 trillion.
No, that's absolutely correct. We knew that at the time, but Joe Biden didn't care. For him, it was talking points for the election, pure and simple.
That's right. And it worked because young people came out. Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks very much. We'll be watching your leadership. Byron Donalds joining us this morning.